Nighttime's approaching. It's the middle of winter. I have like 49 blocks of bony soil, and I just saw a woman that was like 11 feet tall, and I kind of want to talk about it. There's this thing going on in Eastern Asian cultures, well, with all cultures, I guess, where we we're dealing with beauty standards, right? When I was younger, I used to think that beauty standards were a bit stupid because beauty's in the eye of the beholder, or whatever. But I realized now that maybe that was a bit naive of me. Let me explain this 11-foot tall woman problem that this thing I just fucking saw. So in Asian cultures, the filters that they have, um, they tend to make you look like not just anime characters, but like how the fuck do I explain this? So I used to have a girlfriend in high school that loves um what was it called? Black Butler or something? It was some fucking like girls novel. It was for women, right? Like it wasn't for anyone else but her. This novel was out there, and the characters' hands were larger than their head. Okay, bigger than a basketball player's. Their fingers were like long as hell, like from the bottom of your chin to your eye. That's how long their fingers were. It was ghastly. It was disgusting. But for some reason, um, girls who read that shit they find it very attractive, right? In those same novels, they have female characters that are literally taller than doors. I don't know how like if there's a door near you, I want you to look at the door. And I want you to imagine someone that like they start to walk up to the door, and the only thing you can see past the door frame is their neck. That's the tallest you can see. You can't see their head. It's above the door frame. Right? That's how tall these women are. And there's nothing more ghastly or disgusting to me, and I'm not sure why it ended up like that. It's so weird. They call it a 10 head body or a 9 head body. Once again, this shit is so bizarre. You have to see it to believe it. I kept asking myself while I was looking at this fucking this 10-foot woman walking down the street. But by the way, if it wasn't clear, this is all like Photoshop. Like this is all like altered digitally. None of this is actually real, right? Like it is all fake. Just wanted to make sure we're on the same page there. So I was wondering to myself, how it ended up like this. How did we get to the point? Well, how did the Asians get to this point? Because it hasn't gotten to this point in the West, but I'm going to get to that a bit later. How did it get to the point where we are trying to emulate these characters? Why is it that beauty standards seem to constantly go up, right? And I still haven't really done too much research on this, so I'm not really sure how to feel yet. But there's this there's a standard that comes from I don't know where the fuck it comes from. Like who the fuck was the pioneer of being a 10-foot tall woman? Like even Bayonetta is only like 9 feet tall, and alright, and Bayonetta's a fucking freak. But because her body is proportionate to the rest of her fuck like how long her legs are, it kind of makes sense. I read somewhere that Peppa Pig was around 10 feet tall or 12 feet tall. So these models are about as big as Peppa Pig. And her father is the size of a house. Literally 34 feet tall or so. Like, he's a tall guy. So that I can't get over how big they are. It's so bizarre. Why do they want to look like that? Is there anyone who finds that attractive? In Japanese culture, they have this thing called the Western body, right? It's exactly what the fuck it sounds like. It's a curvy type of woman. Curvy in Asian culture is always going to be a bit strange because, like, biologically, Asians are just smaller people in general. Like, they're shorter, they're thinner, they're smaller. It's just a massive fucking difference. So the fact they have an entire term to describe uh, what's over here in the West, a normal woman, as a Western body. Oh no, this says something. Anyway, I'm getting a bit sidetracked. It feels so weird that we have these women walking around with this filter, and once again, who is finding this beautiful? My dad is a legs guy, right? And even now, I still don't really understand why or how anyone could be a legs guy. Legs are legs. I get if you're into thighs, right? Maybe that's just my bias talking. All right, I'm into thick women, so like, I I understand the thigh bit a bit, but that's because I'm into thicker women, curvier women. If you're just into like raw legs, like, it's as confusing to me as like people who are into feet. Like, what type of person do you have to be into sucking toes? Is that really what you want to do on like a Saturday night? No, I can't imagine it. I'm sorry, I still can't get over. I still can't get over how tall they're so freakish. It looked like, I don't know. It looked like you got a woman and then you just put her on a fucking, like, you know those candy rollers that make taffy? Like, you just put her into the fucking roller and she came out like a fucking cartoon character, like like Tom and Jerry after he gets squashed or some shit. It was ridiculous. It was absurd. And over here in the West, of course, we have like, well, I guess that's changed. I think in the East it's always been trying to emulate European beauty standards. And by European I mean freakish European. Not like normal European. I'm talking like what Europeans try to dress like. So like back in the day Europeans used to powder their faces and shit, right? Wear insane wigs, massive fucking beehive wigs and shit. Crazy makeup, like they tried their best to look dead. I don't know what it is with the value of looking pale, but miss me with that. Shit looks kind of sick. Not sick in a good way, but like sick as in like you look sick, like you look unwell. So like Asian culture has always been kind of emulating that. I can't think of a time where they weren't emulating that. Even before the Europeans came into their lives, like when you look at geisha, for example. I'm talking about Japanese culture because that's the Asian culture I'm most familiar with. Because I was a fucking weeb once upon a time. Look at geisha, and like, hell, look at the old fucking like pictures, like their old fucking artistry and tapestries. It's just these white, um, fuck. In China they say they have jade skin. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but like white jade is a big deal. What I'm saying here is that this trend of looking as white and pale and translucent as possible goes back a long time, even before European. So it's not really a European beauty standard that's being applied here. It's just this thing about white and purity and light because, you know, the dark is bad and the monsters hide in the dark. And of course, what the fuck does that mean for a nigga like me? Yeah, not really sure. This ain't really about me though. I think women are suffering about this more than men. Although men are suffering, but we'll get to that. I want to try to keep myself on task. I'm not really doing anything else, so I can't see my mind really wandering. So we have so let's talk about Western women, right? The way that our beauty standards look over here is that you need to have a Kardashian like face and a Kardashian like body. Rather than having like a broad beauty standard, instead our beauty standards center around celebrities. In American culture, I can't really speak for Europe, but in American culture, celebrities are a type of pseudo god. Now, I've never treated them like that, and I've never really found celebrities that attractive. And in fact, like I don't know what it is, but like ever since I was young, I found that the more famous or popular someone is, the less attracted I am to them. So like the more friends you have, the more fucking the more you're in the spotlight, the less I like you. I don't know why that is. I don't think these people are bad people or anything. It just ends up like that. Ends up that way. Oh, I gotta replace that with actual like wood. Anyways, right now it's the Kardashians. Before the Kardashians, it was Marilyn Monroe. Everyone wanted to be that. Let's have a change of scenery here. Oh, so exciting! It's so exciting. The idea, generally, what I'm saying here is that it's the celebrities that drive the beauty standards here. There's really no broad narrative that I can think of, and that's just for the women. For the men, it's well, actually, yeah. For the men, it's the same thing. For men, our beauty standards are to be as hyper masculine as possible, right? The reason why I have to talk about it like it's different is because if you were to talk about like a hyper feminine woman, we would be talking about either something that resembles an old carved statue from the caveman days, like just a very fat but fertile looking woman, whatever they consider that to look like, or we would be talking about like a hyper bimbo, like fake ass, fake tits, um, liposuction everywhere, fake lips, fake eyes, um, Botox under the fucking eyes, over the eyes, in the eyebrows, just a puffed up face, just a puffy, like hyper bimbo. That's what the female equivalent of this would look like. But that's not what men are doing. What men are doing, they're trying to look hyper masculine. They're actually trying to become Giga Chad. I don't know, bro. Like, Chad wasn't even a fucking term before the Elliot Rodger shooting shit and all the incel shit popped off. And Giga Chad was a joke. Like, look how absurd this guy looks. Look at how absurd this guy's body is. This isn't just a normal Chad. This is a Giga Chad, right? It's like a mega Chad. It's a joke. It was supposed to be a joke, but guys are like, I don't know, like we're unironically trying to reach that jawline, and like maybe this is something I just can't relate to because I don't have the insecurity. If I did have the insecurity, if I did feel like unattractive to women, and if I was struggling, I imagine that I would probably fall victim to the same thing. But I think what's the most harmful about all of this, especially for actually no, for everybody, like it's kids that are being shown this stuff. Once again, I cannot wait until TikTok gets banned. I that app is far more dangerous than anything Vine has ever done. Vine did some stupid shit, okay? We're still doing bruh. Vine left scars on us. But TikTok is actually ruining people. I've never seen something like this before. The fact that there are kids going on like Reddit and TikTok talking about what can I do to improve my body, and it's like there's no way you're looking at yourself that way already? You're 13 years old, brother. You're supposed to be still playing make-believe and shit. What's happening? Kids are growing up so fucking quick for no reason. It's it's scary. When I was a kid, we had this phase, your preteen phase, right? Where the entire thing is like, all right, you're not really a teenager, but you're not exactly a kid either. So you're at this awkward stage where like you're trying to be more adultish to convince people that you're more than you are, but you absolutely aren't. I don't know, preteen is an awkward phase, but it was a crucial phase, an important phase. And you spend that time from 12 until 14 figuring shit out. We had more time to figure shit out. I think that's what I'm trying to get at here. We had so much time to figure shit out, and we became more well-rounded because of that. I've seen something talking about TikTok being illegal for people that are under the age of 14, but it might have not been TikTok. It might have been Facebook, but I don't think it fucking matters for Facebook. Who cares? But I totally agree with this. Children should not be on social media. I'm becoming so black-pilled about this. I used to think like, listen, I was a fucking kid, right? I was watching fucking pigs getting their heads cut off. I've seen execution videos. I was on 4chan. I've seen this shit. I grew up around this shit. I've seen some brutal terror. I've seen some people stuffing glass bottles up their ass and it's shattering, right? And pulling the glass shards out slowly over the course of minutes. I grew up watching this, and I think it turned out more or less okay. I don't think it built any resilience. I don't think it really helped me at all. It desensitized me, sure, but it didn't ruin me. At no point did I feel like an unhealthy obsession with any of the shit that I saw. I didn't feel traumatized. I didn't get PTSD or anything. But kids these days, oh man, I don't know like how I would personally survive if I was a kid today. If I didn't have someone to like guide me through the horrors of the internet and everything that's involved with that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I did. Back to the Giga Chat thing. Super sharp jawline. Something about the tilt of your eyes, like they like the positive angle on the eye tilt, which is common. In Asian cultures, they have this thing called the phoenix eyes, I think, where the eyes are slanted upwards at the corners. It's like, okay, I guess you're trying to look more intense. That is a common thing. For men, there's no such thing as like, actually, no, I take that back. I was about to say there's no such thing as a soft man. But look at Korean men. Look at K-pop idols. Oh my god. You can't get any more soft and boyish than that. There's probably something there. And then Leonardo, yeah, I can't say his name for some reason. Leonardo DiCaprio, when he was like a kid. Oh yeah. There's thirst. Right? There's a lot of thirst going on for that. I'm not sure why. Especially considering that we have an obsession with age gaps these days, so I'm not sure why women are thirsting over young Leonardo. or over K-pop idols, which is also kind of weird because these guys are supposed to look young, right? Let's talk about that too. I'll get back to the fucking. I said I was gonna try to focus. There's no way I'm focusing, or I'm panning bony soil. Give me a break. Age gaps. Weird, weird, weird. I was told that we should give a shit. We should give a fuck about age gaps after you are 18 years old. I was told that your brain doesn't develop until you're 25, which is completely untrue. There's not a single scientific paper I could find to back that up. But let's say it was. Let's say your brain really didn't develop until you were 25, which isn't true. I still don't believe it, but sure, let's humor it. On both sides of this aisle, on both sexes, there's something weird going on. There's some weird hypocrisy, which tells me that human nature probably is not for it to end up like this. Hypocrisy on the women's side is the K-pop idols, like I've listed before, but hypocrisy on the men's side. Do you know what the most popular porn category was for the past, 15 years? Teen. T-E-E-N. Like teenager. Even now, it's obvious when you look at, the top-rated OnlyFans models. The ones who are at the top right now are the ones who look like children. Like, they have flat chests and such. And, once again, this isn't a Western-only problem. Have you ever seen Lolicon? Lolita in Europe, Lolicon in Asia. Oh, this is something weird. Oh no. Like, I don't think this has changed. I don't think this has gotten fixed at all. Fixed in quotation marks, wherever the fuck fixed means. What am I doing? And I found some silver, gold. Oh no, there's something going on there. I'm not saying that it's people's natural inclination to act like pedophiles, but I think it's a little bit strange, a little bit weird, and I don't see anybody really talking about that. And more important than that, I don't really think there's a way to stop it. You know? I'm not sure if people even want to stop it. I've always thought it was weird that there were guys out here that liked women that had flat chests, right? Like slim body types, because I was like, really slim? This seems kind of fucking kind of boring, you know? Yeah, let's cook this up. Do I have any more on me? Whatever, I have no idea. And listen, I have to be very careful when I'm talking about this kind of stuff, because there are a lot of guys who fuck with that type of body. I'm not trying to get in trouble, okay? I'll bring a couple parsnips. And I'm not even sure if I'm ready to assign a moral weight to any of it, if I'm being honest. I just think it's weird. That's all. It's weird that on both sides of the aisle, young, super young, teenage young looking boys and girls are getting that kind of appeal, that kind of attention. That is strange. But I'm not going to fight it. I do have this thing about natural human inclinations, and if that's how people naturally act, I think it's going to be an uphill battle, a very difficult uphill battle to try and defeat that. Don't think it really needs defeating. I just kind of sort of can't get over it. Once again, it's kind of fucking weird that we're playing we're doing these high school TV shows and things, and they're fucking adult actors who are hypersexualized. Have you seen Euphoria? What is going on? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is happening. It's weird, whatever. Is it done? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's cook the rest of it. So we're gonna do these 3. Wait, I can't cook it like this? How can I cook it? Okay. I will cook it like that then. I guess this will go back into the basement. That's weird. Smoked meat can't go into porridge. That sounds like something needs to be updated. Yeah, this one. Nope, not that one. Yeah, this one. What the fuck? It just wasn't stacking. Okay. Like, once again, like, there's a strong emphasis that I'm trying to impart here about, like, being careful who's watching this shit. We can have all the fucked up beauty standards that we want, but, like, actually, you know what? I take that back. This shit is hurting people. It's hurting people no matter what your age is. In addition to those, like, 10-foot tall women, um, I've been seeing, like, the TikTok app apparently in China or Korea? I can't remember where. It automatically applies filters to your face. I worry that we're going to reach like a zenith point where that is very far away. I did not mean to put you there. I worry that we're going to reach the zenith point where I should refuel the cooking pot. Yeah. There you go. We're going to reach this point where we no longer really know what real bodies look like. And like, there are two things I always emphasize in every video that I've ever made. One, you will never escape from the internet. You were stuck here. You were stuck here forever. And two, maybe not with every video, but with the most recent videos, AI is dangerous. We are not immune to its effects, and it gets better all the time. It may not be useful right now, but it's getting there. It's being driven and funded by people who don't really care about the dangers, because it's a good investment opportunity, if I'm being honest. Have you seen what Nvidia did with their new card? I've been keeping my my ear to the ground on what Nvidia is doing with their Blackwell series. It's super interesting. It's also interesting they're like de-emphasizing gaming GPUs now. I guess we all could have seen that coming, but I don't know. It's a bit it's a little bit sad. And that once again gamers are second-class citizens. I guess it was always meant to be this way. Put the rest into one of those. Those cards are really going to facilitate some insane AI magic. Right now, you can kind of see who's using AI in their filters, right? You can just check the walls and see how it warps when they walk past something. But like the fact that it's even being done like live video at the moment, it's kind of crazy. And of course, it's not just the technology that has to improve; it's the efficiency. Like, I'm seeing like once again, Minstrel. I think I talked about this in another video. But that AI it's not a model. No, it's not a fucking model. There's a way to describe the data that and how they train the AI. It's a way of, it's an algorithm. I don't know. I'm not well read enough to really speak on it too well. But I know that it's getting more fucking advanced. It's getting more efficient, and you can run some of these models on pretty old hardware. My computer is running a GTX 970. I'm not joking, and I haven't updated it because everything kind of runs just fine. Not everything. Like I can't run fucking Cyberpunk. I used to be able to, but with the recent updates, they updated shit way past what I'm capable of, even on the lowest settings. And FSR 2 doesn't really work perfectly either. My point is that I'm on pretty low hardware. I can generate an image on my computer. Like I was using Olama. Olama? Or just Llama? I don't know. Llama AI. And some fucking other model that was built on is pixel art model. And then I used just a traditional stable diffusion model with some tweaks. I can't remember whose it was. But if I can do it, and I'm this low on the totem pole in terms of like hardware. Yeah, I don't know, man. This shit is going to become more power efficient. It's going to be able to be run in parallel across many servers, and of course, the most rich people are going to be charging a little bit of money for it. And then as time goes on, they're going to increase the price as they know that you realize you can't escape from this. It's like Netflix, right? Netflix has this wild subscription. It's only like fucking $5, guys. Pay us $5 and we'll give you all this TV, all these movies. Then time goes on, now we're increasing it to $7. A few more years, $11. A few more years, $11 and some ads. A few more years, $15 with ads. Not even HD anymore. Like, what are we doing? Like, cable, unironically, might have been cheaper. I don't know. I feel like that's going to happen with AI and a lot of things we're dealing with here. Facetune, I actually don't know. Facetune might charge a subscription. People are already making money off of this. And as like we get to this point where we can't really separate reality and the fiction anymore, and it becomes more and more difficult. And like your online identity becomes more important than your real life identity. I worry that we're going to ruin ourselves. People are already getting like legitimately, they're getting like body dysmorphia from this. That shouldn't be happening. You shouldn't be getting body dysmorphia from the fucking internet. That's happening. And these filters are not helping at all. They're actually making it worse. That's actually like that's super terrifying. I can't get over like how that really should not be fucking happening. But it is. Is there a drifter in there? Yep. I'm gonna go grab the fish and then keep panning the soil. It's just scary, bro. It's scary that people are getting this obsessed and this worried and like they're hurting themselves. They're going to plastic surgeons because they stay on these applications for so long that when they look in the mirror, they don't recognize themselves. Like, Jesus. Like, really? That's that's not just terrifying, that's sad. It's sad that we've reached this stage. I hate that. And I don't know what's to be done except for banning the applications. Like, it's actually hurting people. It's actually making this bad. It's making this way worse. If it wasn't, maybe, like, if we could, like, coexist with these applications without falling apart, that'd be the best case scenario, right? But I don't think that's fucking happening. I think we're all struggling with this. And, it's difficult to just say, get good. Learn the internet. Get better, asshole. Zinc? Okay. Useless. How about you stop being a bitch? How about you get good at using the internet? How about you just like turn it off, lol? It's not fun. It's not fun that's like this. I hate that it's like this. It wasn't supposed to be like this at all. I was so like, oh no, now I feel kind of like stupid for like being enamored with the internet when I was young. I didn't think that like it would hurt people like this. I thought that people would be able to think for themselves. Like, we had these things called the rules of the internet. I don't know if there's anybody that's like in their mid-20s that remembers this shit. Like, the first rule of the internet is not to believe everything you see on the internet, and it's beyond bonkers to me that we just gave up. Letting the normies in was the worst mistake we could have made. Letting people into the internet who had no business being in the internet was a stupid idea. We should have either prepared them better, or we should have just gatekept. We should have gatekept our fucking asses off. I can't believe I ever fucking believed that everything would be better if everyone was here. Did I already feed you guys? Oh, 2 piglets. Oh, you need more. Chickens? Yeah, they need more. Okay. We'll feed the animals. I used to think that if you couldn't really figure this shit out, if you were, like, worried about the internet, then you were just weak, you know? But this is happening so often. This is the eggshells as well. This is happening so fucking often that I can't help but feel like... I've said this before. We're not built for this. We just aren't. It's plainly obvious that we're not fucking built for this. No, you don't need to attack me. I'm just here to feed. Give us more piglets, okay? Lots and lots of piglets. There are a lot of fucking chickens in here, huh? I feel bad. I really do. Never should have been like this. I wonder what the future is going to be like, you know? In a world where everything you see is fake, and AI wasn't the only threat, now the next threat is also like something as small, something as simple as who you're looking at, who you're talking to, just not really presenting themselves truly. Like, how's that going to impact our dynamics? Are we going to, like, constantly be thinking to ourselves, this person that I'm talking to is not real, this person that I'm talking to is a fucking fake. This person that I'm talking to, they're less than human. And as a result, I should treat them as such. Is it going to dehumanize us more? Do we want to be more sad, more depressed? Is the internet going to become more hellish? We're in a attention economy, you know? And the internet was always an attention economy. Don't get me wrong, I'm not fucking bemoaning the old times. The old times were kind of dog shit too. And it wasn't this bad. The worst it ever got was like people convincing this poor girl to drink bleach, right? But I think that was because she was mentally unwell. I don't think like normal people could be convinced back then that yeah, you should drink bleach right away. That's another thing, like there's no fucking safeguards. There really is nothing that's protecting people. And I thought that didn't fucking matter because like I'm a bleeding heart liberal. I really think that you should have your own autonomy. You should be allowed to choose for yourself. But people choosing for themselves have proven they can't handle it. We're hurting more. And I don't want complete loss of fucking freedom. I'm not conservative. I'm not right wing. But god damn it. There's a certain amount of common sense. There's a certain amount of education that has to happen, and we're not doing it. We're incapable of doing it. We can't make people sit down in a fucking classroom. Everyone has ADHD or ADD, and like everyone's being fucking medicated for it. Like, standard teaching isn't working, and everything's kind of collapsing in this way. And I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that it wasn't supposed to be like this, and there's no way I'm ever going to let my fucking kids on social media. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. I don't care if all your friends are on social media. They can have your phone number, okay? Oh, god damn it. But then, the social ostracization. How do you navigate this? God, I can't imagine what parents are going through, especially the parents who aren't up to date with this shit. I was watching a Marquez Brownlee video on the Tesla Cybertruck, alright? I've been excited about Tesla cars for a long time because I really consider that to be the premium, not premium, but like the top of what electric can be. I love their design, I love the Scandinavian minimalism, I love everything about Tesla. I'm not a Tesla fanboy, but I do think they are the best electric cars on the market. And so when they revealed the Cybertruck, I was like, yes, I love this because we're shaking it up, right? We've had trucks that look the same for the past 30 years. It was time for something new. The Cybertruck is a breath of fresh air. All of Tesla's designs are a breath of fresh air, but the Cybertruck especially, that was going to be exciting. And I was ready to get one, actually. But then they jacked up the price from its 30 to 50,000 all the way up to almost 100,000, if not actually more than 100,000. And I was like, well, they lied, so I'm not buying it. That's too bad. Holy shit, I don't remember why I brought it up at all. I don't remember why the fuck I brought that up at all. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay. So I brought up the Cybertruck because I was watching this Marquez Brownlee video about it. And he was like, yeah, you'd be surprised how many people just had no clue that this truck existed. Everyone told me they thought the truck was like $200,000, $300,000. They thought it was some fucking alien supercar or something. Like, I didn't realize like how many people were just out of the fucking loop on something as big as the Cybertruck. Everyone knows about the fucking Cybertruck, but the fact that there were so many people that are like, nope, I have no clue what the fuck that is. What is that? Who made that? Is that Porsche? Is that Porsche? There's so many fucking people that are out of the loop and outside like my periphery. And I can't even begin to estimate how deep this rabbit hole goes. Imagine all of these people on TikTok. The uninformed, unwashed masses. What's to be done? We can't do fucking mass education centers. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, they're the Uyghurs in China? That's absolutely... Hell no. Hell no, bro. I don't really know what's to be done. Like, people just aren't educated and they can't fucking handle it. The stress is too much. I worry a lot, but I don't have a solution. Like, winter's coming. It's a cold world. We are not ready. And by we, I mean everyone but you. Like, if you're listening to this, you're one of the people who are probably going to be ready. And that's just because of the nature of, like, where you are, the type of person you are. Like, it feels like a lottery that you're here at all. Unlike everybody else. The internet probably should have stayed nerd shit. It never should have gone into other people's hands. We never should have gotten attached to it like this. But you can't escape from it. You'll never escape from the internet. You're stuck here forever. We have to learn how to coexist, and education has to be part of that coexistence plan. It has to be. But how the fuck do you educate people? Like, I'm stuck on this. People shouldn't be walking around thinking that 10-foot tall women are normal. That is a super unhealthy beauty standard, along with every other fucking beauty standard that like ruins your skin, and like all of a sudden you look in the fucking mirror after the filter's off and you're like, that's not me, and now I have to get surgery, and like, God, we're in a bad spot. We're in a bad spot, man. Even after all that yapping, I still have 6 bony soil left. That just goes to show you how long this shit takes. That is absurd. Well, then again, I was kind of doing other chores at the moment, so it's whatever. Whatever. I got through a lot of the soil today. I'm gonna put the ore away, and then I am fucking off to. I don't know. It's a Saturday. What am I going to do today? I don't know. Probably going to chill. I've been playing a lot of Dying Light too. I finally decided to give that a shot. It is very fun. That's because I love Dying Light 1. I always wanted a little sequel to it, so I'm impressed. Anyway, if you have any siblings or whatever that are on this shit, watch out for them. Don't let this shit like consume those who are close to you. We can't save the world, but you can save those who are close to you at the very least. Can't save everyone, but you can save some people. So try your best. And yeah, see you around.